When news broke out that a 4-year-old girl had been raped in Logansport earlier this month, police there scoured the area for sex offenders. Here in Lafayette, police say they keep close track of local sex offenders, hoping to prevent the same situation from happening.
What happened in Logansport actually is one of my biggest fears, of something happening. I mean, that's a serious deal. That's something that, is a constant drain on me about how we would approach something like that.
So Sergeant Scott McCoy hopes to avoid encountering that fear by keeping tabs on the sex offenders in Lafayette. McCoy works in the Juvenile Division of the Lafayette Police Department and oversees the department's sex offender address verification program.
What we require from the men and women on the department is that one time a month, if they're assigned a sex offender, that they go and they actually make face-to-face contact with that sex offender.
Say, how are you? Are you still living at this address? I'll try to verify his ID just to make sure he still is at that address.
Officer Heath Provo is one of about 70 officers at LPD assigned a sex offender to check in with. He says he tries to pop in on the man about once a month to make sure he's still living in the same place and isn't within 1,000 feet of a school. He says the checks are random and only last a couple of minutes.
A lot of the people we come check up on feel that, we're harassing them or we're just picking on them just because of the stuff that they've done in their past, and it's not about that. It's just to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing at all times. So it's nothing about harassing them. I have better things to do than harass them.
Provo and McCoy agree it's more about keeping tabs on people who have a problem.
Some of these people need special attention. I mean, they need to be talked to every once in a while.
These folks really can't be helped or cured sometimes, and that this is our best way of being able to kind of control maybe some of their activities, at least by visiting them once a month and getting to know them.
A process that Sergeant McCoy says isn't universal across the country.
It's starting to spread across, but it's something that we started in this county, in this community in 2007.
He says his department saw a need for what he calls this community service in Lafayette.
I think we're pretty high. We have 70 now. We've been as low as 50 in the 3 years since we've been doing this. I mean, they're very transient. They move around. They don't like to be settled.
Sergeant McCoy says there is one possible loophole to his address verification program. Homeless sex offenders are required to register with the county every 7 days. McCoy says he thinks some of the people who say they're homeless may actually be avoiding the living restrictions for sex offenders.